In the 1970s, David Duke was America's best-known white supremacist.
The American white people are searching and are reaching out for a movement, and the Ku Klux Klan is that movement.
In the 80s and 90s, Duke became a political phenomenon.
There's something very scary about the election of David Duke.
The former imperial wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Ex-Klansman David Duke.
David Duke.
We had no big political endorsements. Even the President of the United States came out against us. But we won!
I'm Josh Levin, Slate's national editor. I grew up in Louisiana, and as a kid, I watched David Duke win elected office and come close to taking control of the entire state. Back then, I had no idea how the David Duke story was going to end. On the new season of Slow Burn, I'm going to look back at the Duke movement and how he nearly became Louisiana's governor.
He really believed that inside every white person was a racist trying to get out.
We could feel the fish hooks of his propaganda, like hooking into part of our brains and just reeling us off to the side.
How did David Duke take off?
Duke was a master scapegoater.
He was saying things about taxes and welfare that people wanted to hear.
And why did people support a Nazi sympathizer and former Klan leader?
You're warned about Duke, and then when he don't turn out to be this monster, you give him more credit for not being the monster than you would give somebody who's never been a monster.
There's a lot I didn't know about Duke and about all the strange and dangerous stuff swirling around him.
You know, finally one point I leaned over and said, David, he said, yeah, Beth, I said, are you out of your mind?
Who was David Duke?
I'm still standing up for the white race. I don't deny that. I think that we have rights.
You know the definition of hypocrisy.
And what did it take to stop him?
I hope I'm wrong. I hope he fades away. I hope all this was incredibly useless and ridiculous and none of this comes to pass. But I'm a great believer in history and learning from history and not repeating mistakes of history.
Slow Burn Season 4, David Duke. Coming soon, wherever you get your podcasts.